There we go. Had to mute us so that no background noise came through. We're back. We're done. It's been a phenomenal long year.
Yeah. Still got the SummerSlam rolling, but yeah.
Still got the SummerSlam. How many derbies did you hit, Trevor?
Out of the 8, I hit 4.
Same as me.
Yeah.
There was a lot of miles.
There was some people that put on a ton of miles. Yeah, like Rindy and Eric.
Rindy, Eric, Gord, Michelle. There was
Denise and Brian.
Yeah, there was a lot of. You know what? Thank you, everybody, for hitting the derbies. It's keeping me employed as a pipeline worker, so it's great.
Yeah.
So year end for the in-person derbies. It started out in May with my dad's Memorial Derby. We had the biggest turnout we've ever had at that one. It was an amazing turnout. For anybody who didn't make it this year, I strongly suggest you make it out to that one next year as well. We did it as a full charity derby. It was an amazing time. That's kind of when our group really got the introduction to Riverbend Roasters.
Yeah.
Delicious coffee.
Absolutely.
We've got to throw that shout out to them. They sponsored us for quite a few derbies where anglers got to walk away with coffee and got fed coffee. So, 8 derbies we had. This year we went to all freshwater derbies as well. We removed the Mucha Bay Derby as part of ours. We still recognize it. We're affiliated with it, but we actually handed that one off to our good friends on the West Coast to include in their salt derbies. Favorite derby, Trevor?
Oh, probably Cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wants to say East Slope to make it sound like it was the best, but yeah, Cold Lake was a blast. For anybody who didn't make it to Cold Lake, some people hit amazing, other people not so much luck. But for those that stuck around the next day that didn't catch anything the first day, they got into fish as well. So
yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, no, super good. We had 29 anglers out at Cold Lake, and I think so. The first year there was 10 anglers, and the second year there was 7 anglers. Then last year we had 15, and then this year we jumped up to 29. So I think the fishery speaks for itself. So that's pretty amazing what Cold Lake produces. So.
Roy, what was so good about Cold Lake? Lakers, my friend. It for anybody who is salmon fished, it's very akin to salmon fishing. You get out there and you get all frustrated and mad until all of a sudden your rod bends over, your line goes screaming out, and you hang on for a good ride. Unless, of course, you're using Broden's pike fishing rod, and then you just manhandle it.
Yeah, that's same with my rod, the one Rindy had made for myself and Broden. I got onto one there, and it was just like you could just yard it in. It was pretty incredible. They're amazing rods. So, but also just not to forget, I mean, we had the 2 Saskatchewan derbies as well, and they had huge attendance. Ruby's Outdoors, which was on Mosher Lake this year, a huge uptick in attendance there. Everybody really enjoyed that one. Same with the Cooley Classic. They switched the dates on it, being out at Herbert Ferry location. I know we had one of our directors, Dean, head down there, and he said he just loved the location of it because you're just so close to the water. Same with Mosher. So, the tournaments are really fixing up to be, ease of access for us kayak anglers. You can stage right close by the water. And there's going to be probably some big changes for even next year too, because looks like both Saskatchewan derbies might be potentially 2-day derbies. So look forward to that stuff when it gets released in the new year next year. And so hopefully we can get some more Saskatchewan kayak anglers and put our stretch into Manitoba as well too. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know I see Rindy on. We're still pressuring Rindy to get a bass derby going down in southeastern BC there, so we can all head out there and catch bass. But yeah, like if we look at it this year, my dad's the Alzakowski Memorial Trout on the Fly. We rented that entire loop out for camping. It was amazing. We had water right there. We were able to do whatever we wanted. Buffalo, we're close to the water. Dried meat, it's not really a camping one at dried meat, but everybody was there. Both the Saskatchewan derbies were right at the water. Slave Lake, we weren't far from the water, but it was pretty cool. We were in an amazing campground up at Slave Lake there, and we weren't far from the water. And then obviously the East Slope, we're farther from the water, but everybody had that option to launch wherever they wanted.
Yeah.
And then Cold Lake, if anybody from the MD is watching, we can't thank you guys enough for renting us out those campsites that we had. It was wonderful. For anybody that saw any of the pictures, literally from kind of where a big group of the campers were, you were maybe 45 feet at the most to the launch. So it made it super easy for us to get into. So yeah, it's we've already started planning and talking about what we want to do for next year, and bigger and better is our plan for next year.
Yeah, what we're going to add, what we're going to subtract. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's just, and just so everybody knows, it's been a learning curve for all of us this year as well too. All of us directors were constantly chatting with one another, trying to tweak things, what everybody's opinion is to make things better, more transparent, because there's, like anything with growth, there's been some issues that have arose, and we're committed to battle those head on and make it the best for everybody. And it's just a learning process. So we appreciate everybody being super patient with us as well too. And if you do ever have any questions, concerns, we're always here to reach out and answer your questions. And hopefully everybody enjoyed this year, because it was pretty exciting. It seems like summer went by really quick.
Yeah, I don't know where it went. It feels literally like less than a month ago we were doing the trout derby, and here we are getting ready. The few of the kayaks are already all stowed away for winter and getting ready for bow hunting season. So it's crazy. The one thing I will say too, as Trevor said, reach out to us if there's anything that's bothering you, but please, by all means, if you have any constructive criticism or ideas that you think might improve the derbies or the trail as a whole, please reach out to us. We do this for all of you guys, and we're all kayak anglers like you. We love what we do. We're all super passionate about it. I'll throw it out there right now. The trail would not be what it was this year without the directors that all came on. So thank you to all of you directors that stepped up. I know this is Trevor's second year in a role, and he somewhat willingly, unwillingly took over as the lead for the East Slope after I said it was time for me to step back from that and spend a little more time. 4 derbies. That's the most I've ever fished.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So in all of the years of the trail, this is the most I've ever fished, and I got out 4 derbies. And the only reason I was able to is because of Trevor, Broden, Carl, Taryn, Denise, and Dean. They all stepped up and allowed me to hand off a lot of that stuff, and it shows what we were able to accomplish as a really committed group. So my hat, I would take it off, but I don't want to scare people. But my hat's off to all of you guys. So thank you for what you've done.
You bet. So, did we want to quickly talk about the SummerSlam before we do Angler of the Year's stuff? Or...
I think so. Maybe we should address ice fishing season.
Yeah, we should definitely contemplate a little tournament. I know Flynn was talking about that even at Cold Lake, just doing something in the off season just to kind of keep everybody stimulated together, just do something just for fun for people that are interested. So,
and I know we've talked about it in the past, some of us. of having a get together where you actually have to have a kayak. So drag your kayak. So basically your kayak is your sled. You throw all your gear out in your sled, you drag on your kayak, you drag it out on the ice, and you sit on your kayak and fish out there. We might not catch a lot of fish, but it would definitely be a fun time. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to kick off mine and yours camera here for a second. And we are going to.
All right. So fourth challenge is underway. Started August 15th, runs to the September 15th, which is the end of the SummerSlam. This challenge, you guys are competing for 3 fish, 1 fish per species. It's your longest stringer of 3 fish. So I posted up a leaderboard today as well too, for the challenge and the overall. So you got an opportunity to win a $200 gift card from Burnt Rock Adventure Co. out of Vermilion, and a sweet lure pack from Getting Hooked Lures. Those are those handmade lures out of Penhold, Alberta, and a Railblazer. You keep moving this on me.
Well, there we go. I just found out I can do picture in picture.
There you go. Yeah, and Railblazer light pole with the flag as well too. So that's a huge prize pack, you guys. Like that's like nearly. I'm gonna say, well, I know 2, 3. I mean, it's just shy of $400 worth of prize pack there. So
yeah, at least.
Yeah. So I know we had a couple people, Burnt Rock Adventure Co. out of Vermilion. I went and paid them a visit, and they had donated a total of $500 in gift cards to us. And they've got a whole bunch of old towns, and they've been doing some paddle palooza days down at the Vermilion River. So if you're not sure where Vermilion is, it's about, I'd say, maybe 45 minutes east of Vegreville. Not quite as far as Lloydminster, right on Highway 16. They got a sweet little downtown there. It's all locally owned. Great little shop. So hopefully the folks that have gotten gift cards from East Slope has had a chance to use them and taken a day trip and gone and seen the little small town in Alberta and support that local. If you mention probably mine or Terry's name when you're talking with Toland there, very nice guy. So and yeah, the Getting Hooked Lures, you can get those at some of our other sponsors, Rig-A-Jig in Fort Saskatchewan and Hooked Up Fishing Gear in Spruce Grove. Getting Hooked Lures, they're spinners. Excuse me, I love them. Same with their wobble spoons. So thanks again to Getting Hooked. They've supplied, this is their second year now with providing us donations. And of course, Railblazer, that just blew our minds this year with their massive donation, all the product. So thank you very much to them as well too. So quickly run through the leaderboard. Don't want to bore everybody too much, but I just did post it up today. Do you want to throw that up there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just, where do we have the actual leaderboard one there? That's in. I just want to say too, for everybody, follow Getting Hooked on their Facebook page. These guys, I swear they must have some amazing stocked trout ponds, which I know they hit a couple, but they hit a lot of backcountry rivers, flowing water and still water that I've never heard of, I've never seen, and they hammer some amazingly beautiful fish.
Yeah, Clint and Kathy are really super nice people. That's the owners of Getting Hooked. So here's our leaderboard. Thank you, sir. So it's a tight race between second, third, fourth for sure. Flynn took a big jump. I'm not sure how we got such a huge jump there, but yeah.
Off the judge.
like I said, we got it's going to be a 6th place. We're going to be paying out cash to up to 6th place. So right now, Rindy's sitting in the money. Big cash payout this year, you guys. It's going to be quite a bit different than last year. And then, of course, we got the prizes to go with first, second, third. So, and then if you want to just swap over to the 4th challenge there, Mike, right at that bottom tab there. Yeah. So that's our leaderboard for the challenge right now. If you want to just scroll over or reduce that in size a little bit. You'll see the total.
But we got.
Oh no, that is total
good
length. Sorry.
eyes.
Yeah, no, that's right. Sorry. So yeah, Eric's leading right now. Curtis again is just scratching at his heels. Flynn and Michelle. I know Michelle's over on Vancouver Island fishing up a storm. Seeing a whole bunch of his catches coming in, so that's awesome. Some cutthroats and some pumpkin seeds.
And some halibut.
Yeah. So, like I say, it'll run to the 15th till midnight on the 15th. And then a couple following days after, we will completely close down the SummerSlam, do all the awards for that as well, too. So
I would just like to point out, though, that out of those people, top 10 don't have young children. I would like to clarify that.
Yeah, right.
So kudos to Chris Fonos and Rindy for getting out there and being as high as they are with families.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, no, that's pretty much it for the SummerSlam. I'll let you take over Angler of the Year. I know we got some surprise here for everybody. Guests.
So what I want to actually do here first is we're going to start out with the youth. So moreover, let me get rid of that, and I'll bring on Trevor and myself.
And another special guest. Do you want me
and one special guest and another special guest. Let me slide over here. Right. We brought in the two youth that were running head to head for this year. I will say it's usually been just a walk in the park for Ben. He's always, because he's fished the most derbies. This year he had to put in time and he had to fish. It was great to see that competition. It was great to see the perseverance for both of these youth anglers. It wasn't until the East Slope that they finally met up head to head for a derby.
Yeah.
So
for anybody that doesn't know or hasn't met, this is Melissa Toll. Say hi, Melissa.
Hello.
and sadly, it pains me, Melissa. How old are you?
I'm 16 now.
Yeah,
so turned 16 a couple days ago.
Yeah, so this was her last hoorah in the youth, and for anybody that fished, I wish, you know what, Melissa, between Trevor and I, we will make up an award for the most creative anchor ever seen at a derby. For anybody who wasn't at the East Slope, she found the only permanent log in the lake and tied off to it. The rest of us were getting blown around with our anchors, and she wasn't moving. She was stuck there, so it was great.
It was perfect. I pedaled over there. I'm like, "Are you anchored to that log?" She's like, "Yeah." Just so nonchalant. I'm like, "That is a great idea."
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so Trevor and I talked about it, and we thought, this is a perfect example of what we want to show. Both of these anglers, like I said, it wasn't until East Slope where they finally actually competed in the same event, and then again at Cold Lake. Melissa, what other two events did you hit this year?
I did East Slope, Cold Lake.
You did Buffalo?
No.
Yeah, you did Buffalo, didn't you?
Yeah, she did Buffalo and...
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Beef jerky.
Buffalo and dried meat.
Yeah,
beef, or as it's kind of become to known, Beef Jerky Lake.
Beef Jerky Lake, yeah.
So, she was at those derbies. This was last year. Ben and I were at Buffalo, but I had prior commitments to move my mom out, so we couldn't get to Buffalo. So Ben did obviously did my dad's Memorial Fly Derby, and then he, along with myself, we went up and did Lesser Slave Lake. For anybody who wants to do an amazing event, the attendance wasn't great, but man, it was such a cool experience to get out there in kayaks and fish Lesser Slave Lake. There was a time when pretty much all of us were jealous. And if you can't see this, Melissa, both Julie and Robin have wished you a happy belated birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
We were sitting there watching this little kid go out with a lanyard around his neck that had his pliers and a net on it and a rod, and swim out to the water to like here and cast. And he was catching bigger fish than all of us. So it was a blast though. So, you know, anybody, I recommend if you've got the opportunity, hit Lesser Slave. But now let's talk to the kids. So, Melissa, Ben had an advantage over you this year with a pedal drive. Let's talk about paddling in the wind.
It's not the most fun thing. Get tired after a while, but it works your arms out, I guess.
Yeah. What are you benching now? 240?
Maybe.
So that also might be why she tied it off to a stationary log.
Yeah.
So, Melissa, other than the paddling, for you, what did you find your biggest thing to overcome while you were out there fishing?
Just other than paddling, just the fishing in general.
Yeah,
That's really it. Yeah.
I know this when they were out at Cold, Greg was telling me that she landed a 27-inch Laker, and Greg was saying, "Do you need me to net it?" And she wouldn't get assistance, and she got the Laker up all by herself and everything like that. They didn't get a good picture of it to submit it, but she's definitely willing and wanting to do it all by herself, and so it's awesome. And even when she caught one, Greg was telling me another story. He had no idea that she had even caught a fish and put it in her bump board, measured it, and took a picture of the whole shebang. So I'm really happy for you. I'm glad you.
Absolutely, Melissa. I can speak for everybody. I guarantee every single person that fished near you or with you or against you. I was worried for a while that I was going to place worse than you as well at Cold Lake. So, you really dug in. I mean, you were out there, and it didn't matter the weather. You just saw Melissa sitting there with her rod, just jigging, just mad. Very much like Ben, though, I did see you on your phone a little bit. Maybe Candy Crush, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and that's just it. How about you, Ben? Like, what were some of the challenges other than just the fishing itself?
When you have the fish on, you bring it in, and then taking a picture of the fish, because most of the time it just jumps in. You just watch it swim away, and you're like, why?
Yeah, I think we can all echo that sentiment, Ben. We've all been there and struggled with the picture taken for sure. That's the toughest part.
Gord, my friend, I love you, man. But I think you need about a 7-foot hoop net, because for anybody who didn't see, Gord had hooked into a massive pike out at Herbert Ferry. Everybody left. Gord pretty much stayed until it was time for the next derby and bolted to the next derby. So he ended up with, I think, what was it, 40? Right around 40 inches or something?
Yeah, 40 or 40 and a half or something like that.
Yeah, and it was great. And I mean, for anybody that's friends with Gord, stuff like that, has probably seen it on Facebook. He had his camera. You could see it in the net. The thing was massive. And, you know, we all feel the exact same.
Yeah.
For me, it was last East Slope, massive walleye that I lost. You know what? All of us have lost those fish. And, I've just got to commend the both of you. So, with that, there was 95 different anglers that attended our events this year. So basically, 95 people competing in the trail. Top placing youth was number 17 out of 95 anglers.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So what we have for a prize for the youth.
Not the wine rack, right?
No, that's all mine. Dakota Lithium. For anybody that's hit our derbies this year, Dakota Lithium is a bar none, just an absolutely amazing sponsor. Sorry, we're keeping you up, man. So they've given us so many amazing prizes, and we decided on one of these for the youth, just for the simple fact that it's so versatile. It has
LED lights.
Yeah, LED lights, as the kids nowadays call them, because they can't say LED. There's a 12-volt adapter plug. There is 2 USB plugs on it, a 1 amp and a 2.3 amp, with also, I don't know if it'll show up or not. It actually shows the status of your battery on there. You've got plugins here. We're hooking up 12 volt, and what I absolutely love about this is for any of the kids that are or anglers, anybody. Amazing set of LED lights on this thing. So if you don't have one and you're looking for some sort of power supply system for yourselves when you're backcountry camping, super light 10 amp hour battery. This has got everything you need. So Angler of the Year for the youth is getting this and a $300 NRS Aquabatics gift certificate. But we have a problem. Do you know what the problem is, Trevor?
I think I have an idea what the problem is.
I seem to have made up the poster wrong.
That's
It says $150.
It says $150.
So
In
does that mean what
17th
I think it means?
In 17th place with 294 points. This guy. In 17th place with 294 points. That girl.
We got a tie.
We have a two-way tie for 17th overall. So we have grabbed another power box, and each of you kids are getting a Dakota Lithium Power Box 10 and $150 to spend on NRS gear through Aquabatics. So congratulations to both of you.
Yes.
Well fought. I can be honest. You can ask Ben. He had no clue what the scores were all along. All I kept telling him all along is, yeah, you guys are probably within 5 points of each other.
really?
Yeah, I messed with you, dude.
That's not even funny. That's just mean.
So, Melissa, congratulations. You
Yes.
fought your butt off. I have to say there are some big names in Western Canada kayak fishing that are behind you. I'm going to throw out that person that's currently leading in the SummerSlam is in 22nd place, and you guys are in 17th. So,
Flynn? Really?
yep.
No.
Wow.
Flynn's in 22nd, Curtis 21st.
Amazing.
You beat Taryn Bernhardt, the director, who's in 20th, and Eric Lewis, who came into 19th. So
Wow.
I hope that the two of you continue to compete like you did. I'm a little worried because this means Melissa's gunning for us all in the adult division next year. So I think it's time for us to just hang up while we
Yeah.
still won.
That's
somewhat.
awesome. That's great. That
is awesome. So yeah, congratulations, you two. It was an amazing heart-to-heart seeing you guys out there, talking with you guys on the water. It was just great to see. So, Ben, why don't you wish her some congrats?
Congratulations. It was
congrats.
awesome competition.
Awesome. You push him out of the way.
Yeah. So, now, let's get to Angler of the Year. Before we get to the overall Angler of the Year, which is also the adults, let's run down some money.
Money.
So I went through and I did a little bit of sorting of who was going to show up as getting some money back. In fifth place, $300 from taking first place in 2 tournaments was Michael St. Germain. He won Buffalo and he won East Slope. So basically, Buffalo gave him $300.
Yeah.
In fourth place is Curtis Jensen, who was second and third in 2 derbies, walked away with $324. Third place was Eric Lewis, took a second and a third. He walked away with $376. These next guys are just like, oh. Trail newbie, Caleb Shank, out at Dried Meat. $380. He won the Derby and he won $380. That was his first Derby and he won it with $380. It's hard to go back from there.
Yeah, no kidding.
First place had a second place finish at Dried Meat and a first place finish at Cold Lake.
Oh, Mr. Jim, eh?
Walked away with over $700, Jim Kind.
Yeah.
That's great to see.
Oh, absolutely. Those are that's our money winners, right?
That's just the money winners. So yeah, Jim won overall money.
Cool.
In conjunction with that,
he also won the door prize too.
Jim won the door prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the SummerSlam.
Holy smokes.
Jim also is our 5th place angler in Angler of the Year. He came in with 451 points from hitting 5 derbies. So we used 7 of the 8 derbies. So Jim hit 5 of the derbies and scored 451. So that's really respectable placings at every derby. That ironically, the worst place that he had was the one that somebody would think Jim would excel at, and that was the Fly Derby.
Yeah.
In 4th place, the person who didn't like fishing. He was kind of just I'll drive you out to the events just because I don't think she liked to drive. Brian Fletcher takes 4th overall with 462 points.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Half the time Brian didn't even fish with a fish finder.
Yeah, no. Well, no, he had his little deeper he was trolling around.
But it would die within 3-4 hours, right?
Well, he said it was a deeper. I honestly think it was just like a styrofoam ball. He was just trying to pretend he knew what technology was.
Yeah. That's funny.
3rd place fished, what are we at? 5 derbies. 465 points. Dean Chapman.
Oh, wow. Congrats, Dean.
Congrats, Dean. 2nd place. Fished 6 out of 7 derbies. So for anybody that is having troubles fathoming that, they actually fished both derbies in Saskatchewan as well. So that's a lot of miles put on.
Yeah.
Coming in at 558 points and won $272. Michelle St. Germain.
Oh,
So good job, Michelle. That is that's amazing to see.
Yeah, that's a lot of traveling.
Our first place angler was actually registered for every single derby. Couldn't make it to Slave Lake because work interrupted fishing, so should have just quit, but I guess needed to pay for the addiction. So fished 7 out of the 8 derbies with 612 points overall. So that is an amazing finish. When you look at 14th place, no, 15th place had 307. So we're looking at from 1st to 13th or 15th, sorry, almost double the amount of points for hitting derbies.
Yeah.
The winner of that, I need to move my amazing fishing chair. You don't get the battery. I'm keeping that. 12 amp hour lithium battery charger. And the big boy. Dakota Lithium 12 volt 100 amp hour battery. Retail on this is stupid.
$1,200.
Try again.
13, 14.
Try again.
Oh, really? Eh? Wow.
You're pushing probably close to. I think that last I looked, they were $1,700-1,800. Wow. So Dakota Lithium decided they wanted to sponsor, and they sponsored in a big way. So at 612 points, our 2022 Angler of the Year is sponsored by Dakota Lithium, and bum ba da bum. Walking away with $450 from NRS and Aquabatics. So with that, he's going to be able to go online and buy NRS stuff from the Aquabatic store. $450 pre-tax. You can spend more, but they'll cover $450 of that. Any ideas?
I think I know. I think a lot of people know.
Hold on. Let's hold the suspense for 1 second, and I bet you I can do this. I'm going to bring up the Facebook profile picture of this person, just because it'll make it really fun that everybody will know right away who this is. And you know what? I can't say more well-deserved to anybody the amount of miles that were put in.
Yeah. I totally agree. This person went above and beyond to help us directors out, to move the checks from location to location. So
he absolutely did. And I'm just trying to find a good picture. There we go.
year. Awesome work.
You gotta wait. Congratulations, Gord. That is amazing. For anybody who doesn't know, that is the monster pike that he lost that day that he couldn't measure. So, Gord, congratulations, buddy. You put in the miles. I would really hate to see your gas bill from this year. As Trevor said, and Andy has even commented, could not happen to a better angler out there. For anybody who doesn't know, Gord will gladly give you the shirt off his back and rip parts off his kayak and his rods if it would help you out. So, yeah. Gord, congrats, bud. I'll get hold of you. We'll figure out. We'll get this battery to you if you're down this way or I'm up that way.
Yeah, well, I think we'll get the battery to him. That's awesome, Gord. I know, and the people that between Ben and Melissa and Gord, how it works with AQ is get in touch with me, and I'll send an email off to Simon at AQ Outdoors, and you guys can start flipping through the NRS catalog and figuring out what you guys want. So, congrats, Gord. Well deserved. Thank you so much this year for helping us move not only the checks from Derby to Derby, but also the swag bin and all the angler tags and that notorious white marker and all the Sharpies that seem to have never transferred from tournament to tournament.
It's like a sock in the dryer, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, but
congrats, Gord. Gord's online right now. Thanks so much, Gord. We really appreciate it, and we're happy you got that 100 amp hour battery. Congrats, man.
Absolutely. And I believe, Trevor, you have one up at your place already.
I do, yeah. So I can get that. I can give this one to him. Gord knows where we live. No problem. He's been here enough. So
yeah, exactly. He knows where we both live. So whoever he's closest to, we have a 100 amp hour battery for you, bud.
Yeah, you bet.
But before the one Derby, Gord came down and grabbed all the checks and stuff, and then he was back down a few days later to grab more stuff. So, Gord, you definitely you're the spirit of the trail. Exactly how you feel, what you do for the trail. That's what we're all about. To all of you anglers out there, thank you for joining us on this crazy adventure this year. It's been an absolute blast. We've had lots of learning experiences. We've wrote them all down. We're going to make sure we capture them all for next year. And yeah, as Trevor said, there's another Derby looking at being added. There's a couple more derbies that are looking to go 2 days. So the one of them is actually going to go 2 days. And then the other Saskatchewan Derby, they're thinking about going 2 separate derbies on 2 different lakes in the area. So we'll wait until we can get some more info on that. But yeah, so we're going to be at least 9 or 10 derbies next year. So
just a heads up for the Southern Alberta anglers. I know we've seen to have really segregated you guys from having an opportunity to fish the Southern Alberta area. So yeah, we're looking at some options with Taryn Bernard to host a tournament down south in Southern Alberta. So hopefully that comes to fruition, and we can push some more people out in Southern Alberta as well too, kayak anglers, because I know there's lots down there. So.
And again, Melissa, you can blame Broden, because Broden should have brought the box by, but he was dealing with work crap. So your box is at least in the Edmonton area.
She's got this, so she knows she actually gets it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Well, and I know that she'll get it. And with that, I can't say enough for our sponsors we've had this year. Is he around you, or is Dad sitting there, or is he hiding away somewhere?
Well, he's over there.
Can you point the camera at him?
He wants you up here.
Oh.
All right. We'll get a super wide view.
There.
Hey there. There. Can you see him now?
There. Now we can see him. So for anybody who hasn't met Greg, hell of a great guy. And we have.
Thank you. This guy doesn't agree, but.
Yeah, no matter what Trevor says about him, the rest of us think he's an absolutely fabulous guy. So,
yeah.
Greg did. He's been great in helping us out with getting the youth out there. So I want to thank you for dragging Melissa out to all of those events.
Yeah, no problem at all.
And yeah, if anybody wants lessons on tying up to trees, follow Greg and his daughter.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just quickly, Greg, what from one father to another father? How much of a pain is it at times taking your kid out fishing?
That's not too bad most of the time. I mean, getting them out of bed and getting them going, yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, right. But no, it's not too bad. I haven't had to paddle her around at all. She does that on her own, so hasn't been too much of a hassle yet.
Well, that's good. Well, like I said, we'll see if it'll keep. You'll have to scoot closer to him, Trevor. There you go.
That's all right.
Yeah, and thank you for the behind the scenes work that you've done as well. I know you've assisted Trevor getting some stuff done. So
Yeah, and Greg's wife Crystal was helping out at East Slope on the Sunday there, and helping with the meal on Sunday and cleaning up and all that stuff too. So yeah, it's really appreciative. The whole family, even Melissa's brother Cam was out at East Slope as well too, and they both worked on their suntans.
They're still working on their suntans.
Is Cam able to walk yet?
He's walking.
Is he still looking like a penguin?
Yeah, never wear shorts again, eh?
Yeah, so for anybody who wasn't at East Slope, Cam burnt himself so bad he couldn't even put his little slide-on slipper-style flip-flops on properly because his ankles and feet were so swollen. So,
well, you had to get Mom to drive his truck home too, so
yeah.
he couldn't even drive.
Well, you know what, Greg? I just wanted to, from one dad to another, I wanted to say, thank you for getting your kids involved, because they truly are the next step of where this whole trail will go. I hope one day our kids will be taking over for all of us and continuing on this tradition, because they definitely have the passion, they definitely have the fortitude, and judging by the numbers, I'm a little scared for next year.
Well, so am I. She beat me at Cold Lake. So,
well, I'm just gonna say, Greg, you were in 23rd overall, so she beat you overall too.
Thanks a lot. I didn't need to know that one.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so with that, everybody, thank you for an absolutely amazing season. We cannot wait to start getting our planning going. So if you've got questions, Ben the model will show his power box. I'm pretty sure all night long I'm going to see the light flicking on and off in his bedroom. So maybe it's a good thing Melissa doesn't have hers yet.
Awesome.
But yeah, so thank you all for joining us and being a part of this amazing adventure we've had this year. Trevor, you have done so much this year. Denise, Taryn, without Taryn, we're tech stupid. Taryn's our tech guy, so thank you, Taryn, for everything you've done with the app and making sure that works. Broden, Dean, Carl, Denise, just hammering out sponsors left, right, and center. So, thank you, all of you. Trevor, can't thank you enough for stepping up. Denise, I can't thank you enough. Taryn, Carl, Broden, even though you come from Manala Convicts, we love you, dude. You're still one of us. Like I said, every single one of us. So reach out to them on Facebook. If you're not friends with Trevor, with Denise, with Taryn, with Broden, with Carl, and with Dean, reach out to them. They are absolutely the future of this trail and have helped to make this trail what it has been this year. So thank you guys. And honestly, I cannot wait to fish with you all again next year. Just be prepared for multiple derbies on some weekends at the exact same lake. So we are going
bigger and better.
I'm not sure. I think Carl's drinking.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mike. Thanks for all your hard work as well too. I mean, I know your ambitions were to step down and kind of take a backseat role, but I know there's lots of time and lots of things you put in, and it means a lot as well too. It's a team effort to get everybody on board and organize everything, and it's been fun. It's been great. So thank you so much.
It's been great. And yeah, if anybody's got, we've still got a couple months of open water, please reach out to everybody on the Facebook group as well, the Western Canada Kayak Fishing. If you're not, there you go, Carl. Wait. Oh yes, now I get it, Carl.
Yeah, no, if you guys, there's still lots of open water. If you're looking for fishing partners and want to go out and post some pics and stay just kind of connected with everybody, make sure you're messaging folks on the Western page. I know there's a couple other pages too, and lots of time for fishing. SummerSlam we got 2.5, 3 weeks still left. So enjoy your guys' selves out on the water and stay safe as always. Make sure you're wearing your PFDs. And I know just even last weekend I was out on the river with Chris, and we had couple folks stop by and ask us some questions, and we were wearing our WCKFT swag, and yeah, it's always a popular conversation type of dock talk. So get out there and enjoy the open water season before it gets frozen over.
Yeah, and absolutely. And the one thing I request from everybody, if any prizes you won at any of our events this year, if you've got pictures, promote the crap out of it. Tag our sponsors in it. Tag hashtag WCKFT. Tag the Facebook page, and let's really thank them for what they've done for us. Because over the past couple of years, after COVID, everything kind of opened up, and we got a lot more sponsors.
Keep them happy. And yeah, just to touch on that real quickly, I know we're probably people want to get going here, but the folks that won stuff at East Slope, the Yak Attack product, it is on its way. So I'm just waiting for it to arrive. As soon as it gets here, then I'll be distributing it to the folks that won the Yak Attack stuff. So I apologize for the delay on that.
Yeah. So Robin has mentioned she got a couple newbies for this year. Robin, thank you. I want to thank you not only as our host of the Trout Derby, but after she kept coming back to my campsite at the Trout Derby and introducing more and more people. I think it was probably midnight before she stopped bringing people to my campsite to register. And as a result, we got a ton of new anglers this year just from there. So, if you've got somebody that wants to try kayak fishing, reach out to the group. There is a ton of us. There's one of the anglers right there, Chad Shank. Reach out to us. A lot of us have spare kayaks sitting around that we can lend out. We can bring out to derbies. If you know somebody that wants to try the kayak fishing, do it. If you've got the opportunity, host a little get together this fall still. Throw it up. Let's see. And if people are willing to maybe look at doing some ice derbies, well, hey, maybe we can do a concurrent running at the exact same time, run one in southern Alberta, central and northern Alberta, where people drag their boats out on the ice and go out and all fish together, and we can just have a great time this winter. So until the spring, keep safe. As Trevor said, wear your PFDs at all times. Don't be that statistic. We don't ever want to see that. And thank you for joining us on this amazing journey, and we can't wait to show you what's in store for next year.